Hey scholars, so we received our second letter from the ornithologist. So we're going to read that and then we're going to go back to look at some words more closely. But before we get started, what does an ornithologist do? Right, it's a scientist who studies birds. So we're going to see what they want us to do for our next part. So it says, Dear students, I am very proud of how much you learned about bird helpers in stories. You learned a lot about how people and animals can show respect and compassion for birds. That's very important to us ornithologists. Not all people think we should care about birds, though. They continue to ask, why should we care about birds? Another reason we should care about birds is because they can have an impact or effect on our lives. Birds are all around us, and sometimes they do amazing things. But other times they may do things that pester us. Sometimes people have different feelings about birds. As you continue your study of birds, I would like for you to think about this question. Why do people have different opinions about birds? You are going to read, talk, and write about a very unusual bird named pale male. Pale male affected a lot of people's lives. I will be curious to hear your opinion or what you think about pale male after you complete your research. Good luck. Your friend, the ornithologist. So what was the question that the ornithologist wants us to think about during our study for this week? Right, he wants us to think about why do people have different opinions about birds? So we're going to be talking about how people have different opinions or different thoughts or ideas about birds. And we're specifically going to look at a character, a bird named pale male. And your opinion might be different from our other's opinion or from my opinion. So when we're reading and listening about pale male, our ornithologist friend wants us to know about what we think about the story. Now I want to go back and look at a couple words that were important in our letter. So first, it says another reason we should care about birds is because they can have an impact. So the word impact means or effect on our lives. So we're going to talk about how birds can affect our lives. What do they impact on us? Our next word that was underlined says birds are all around us and sometimes they do amazing things. So we have this word amazing. And when we look closely at it, amazing, the base word or root word, if we get rid of our ing ending, is amaze. And when something amazes you or it amazes me, it means that it surprises me. So when something is amazing, it's full of wonderful surprises. But then we have the word pester us. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at our root word pest. So if we take the ER, we get the word pest. What does it mean if someone's a pest or something's a pest? Normally we think of like little insects as pests. Wait, they're bothering us. So when we're saying it's pester us or pestering us, it means that some people think that the birds are bothering us. So that's another opinion that we're going to look into. So again, our friend, the ornithologist, wants us to think about why do people have different opinions about birds? Why don't we all think the same thing? Why doesn't everybody want us to care about birds? So in our research, we're going to get more information about the different opinions, and we're going to get back to our ornithologist friend and let him know what we think. So today we're going to get started by looking at some important photos about nests.